I streamed on Kick so you don't have to. Over the past week, I documented my experience streaming on the platform with some of my usual content from Twitch so I could share the results with you. In this video, I'm going to give you my 100% objective opinion so you can best decide if streaming on Kick is a good fit for you and your content. Later, I'll be summarizing some of the controversies you should know about Kick just in case you do decide to stream there. No platform is without its drama, but it's best to know these things as part of your decision making. Before we hop into things, please don't forget to hit that like button as it really helps me and my channel out. Alright, I won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's do this! Before I talk about my experiences with the platform, I want to make sure you know what Kick is. Kick is a streaming platform launched in January of this year that has become a potential rival to Twitch. Its main draw is its 95% payout structure for creators, which is way more than other competitors. For instance, YouTube offers a 70-30 split, while Twitch a measly 50-50. Looking at this payout chart, you can see why people are flocking to Kick in droves. Recently, big streamers like XQC and Amaranth have made the move, offering a bit of legitimacy to the platform. With Twitch making so many poor decisions for their creators, Kick really seems like an attractive offer. But is it really all it seems to be? Let's talk about my experience using the platform. Day one, I noticed the interface is essentially a carbon copy of Twitch, but instead of purple, it's bright green. Bright green. You won't find too many plugins to use, and channel points are not a thing. Only found one bot and alert website called Bot Tricks, which seems to be the go-to. There are a few random bugs I found, like the volume on the creator dashboard changing back to 100 anytime you refresh the page, or emotes not working for chat using Kick Mobile. Now, Kick is technically still in beta, so all in all, this is nothing major and it's easy to look past. For my first stream, I decided I would do just chatting, so I could spend some time talking about Twitch news with my chat. I noticed there was a Vtuber category, but I decided to save this for later and go ahead and use the just chatting category. Only had one problematic person that day who was having a little too much fun watching me. Towards the end, I asked my chat to rate the interface, and they gave it about a 4 out of 10. Most said they really loved the lack of ads and were willing to see past all the bugs in the interface because of that. Overall, I'd say it was a pretty normal stream for me. Day 2. I decided to watch some Gordon Ramsay videos and keep things a little bit more laid back. My streams on Twitch are normally complete chaos. I'm not gonna recalibrate, I lied. So it was a nice change of pace. I used the Vtuber category this time and had a few fellow Vtubers I recognized pop by and say hello. Also had a Kick staff member welcome me to the site, which I thought was a really amazing touch. I was nervous on my first stream to put my title as first Kick stream, so I waited until this stream and put second Kick stream. This day really stood out to me, not because of the Kick staff member coming by to say hello, but because a ton of other VTubers were talking about their experiences with the platform. Most of them mentioned how inclusive the community have been so far and how it's been an overall positive experience. I tried out the host function, which is basically a Twitch raid. Funny enough, if the capitalization of the streamer's name is not correct, it actually won't raid out. I thought that was kind of funny. Day 3. On day 3, I decided to play one of my niche games, Super Smash Bros. The category itself had only 11 viewers, so I decided to stream again under the VTuber category. There's really nothing to report here, other than I got the minimum qualifications to enable subscriptions. All the new chatters were kind and respectful, and we all had a great time. Overall, I have to be honest, I've enjoyed my time on Kick so far. It reminds me of YouTube's simplified and sleek streaming philosophy. While channel point interaction is missed, the community and chatters that came to my stream were all engaging and positive. Everyone seems hopeful for the platform to continue growing and aware of the kinks that need to be ironed out. This entire experience was very different from the stigma that the platform carries. Speaking of those stigmas, you should probably know a few things before we talk about my overall thoughts. The controversies of Kick. Loose TOS. Kick prides itself on its TOS being much less restrictive than its competitors. Some streamers have taken this to the extreme, which has resulted in DMCA violations and copyright material like the Super Bowl and even porn being streamed on the website. Minimum moderation. With Kick being a new platform, there's obviously minimal staff and minimal moderation tools. People have reported some chatters getting away with very inappropriate conduct. While this may be the few and not the many, it is a genuine concern that should be taken to heart when streaming on Kick. Banned Twitch streamers like Ice Poseidon have found a new home on Kick, which continues to exacerbate the perception that the website does not take the community's safety seriously. Now, we have seen instances like Rhino being banned simultaneously from Twitch and Kick for inappropriate messaging to a minor. So it seems like more recently, these issues are being taken seriously. Gambling. Gambling has its own set of controversies, yet some argue they prefer a website with gambling over one with censorship like Twitch. Since Twitch cracked down on gambling back in October 2022, Kick has become the dedicated streaming platform for slots, cards, and so much more. Kick is directly backed by Stake.com and their co-founders Ed Craven and streaming personality Trainwrecks TV. Regardless of how you feel about gambling ethics, Stake.com has had its fair share of lawsuits and questionable business tactics. Aiden Ross. It's hard not to mention Kick without thinking of their poster boy, Aiden Ross. Now recent co-owner of Kick, Aiden Ross's controversial takes and continued drama have landed him in hot water many times over. Be aware that streaming here does draw a hard association with him and any potential backlash for it. So I know you're asking, what do these controversies mean for you as someone who wants to stream on Kick? I would argue that there are ethical and political issues with any streaming service that you use. I can make an entire separate video on all the dilemmas Amazon has caused outside of Twitch's streaming space. Ultimately, only you can decide what fits your moral compass and what's best for yourself. So knowing all these controversies and my experience on the platform, the big question is, should you stream on Kick? Well, yes. And no, Kick still has a lot of work to do to establish a better reputation for themselves. Increasing moderation tools and cracking down on suspicious creators and users could go a long way towards this. Although there are no ads, the user experience is still lacking in functionality and interactivity as it continues to work out all of its bugs. However, all this aside, I believe this is a great time to diversify your content and to try to reach a new audience in the streaming space. Now, let me be clear, I'm not saying to move your entire streaming career to Kick. A day or two per week apart from your main platform or in addition would be the right balance to start with until the platform becomes more solidified. This is also an amazing time to be part of something new and facilitate the change creators have been asking for. We all know Twitch has been making decision after poor decision on behalf of its streamers. If you do decide to stream on Kick, provide as much feedback as possible to Kick staff so they're able to create a platform that can benefit everyone. So what are your thoughts on Kick? Have you or do you plan on streaming there? And what do you think Twitch's future looks like? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, everyone, happy streaming! Thank you so much to all my Ko-Fi and Discord boosters. If you want to see your name here, consider supporting with the Ko-Fi link below.